Good afternoon, class. This is Mrs. Hughes, and I'm going to be walking you through our lesson today. We are starting 13-1, which is solving addition and subtraction equations. We're going to start off this morning with a warm-up that you guys should be able to figure out. So please go ahead at this time, solve these two equations. 86 plus x equals 102, x equaling 16. And then for b, you're going to be solving 18 plus x equals 26, where x equals 4. So you're substituting x for a number right now. So go ahead and pause the video and solve those right now. Okay, so you should have those solved, so let's go ahead and walk through these. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite my equation. You should have written 86 plus 16 equals 102. From there, I should see that you used your brackets and said 86 plus 16 is 102, and 102 equals 102, which means this equation is true. Please change anything if you miss something on your problem. All right, moving on to B. B, you should have rewritten the equation. 18 plus 4 equals 26. You would have put your brackets around 18 plus 4 to show you added them, and you would have said 18 plus 4 is 22, and 22 does not equal 26, so this equation would be false. Please make sure you have those correct, and we are going to move on to today's lesson. So there's no vocabulary in today's lesson. We are just going to be looking at some examples, and we're looking at how do you solve addition and subtraction equations. And today we're going to be looking at a specific way we do this, and we're going to be looking at how you use mental math to solve addition and subtraction equations. And our example today says model the following situation with an equation. And our problem says Samantha wants a new tablet. She has $70 from her birthday. The tablet she wants costs $340. How much more does she need to purchase the tablet? So you may want to pause this right now and get this information written down before we move on. All right, once you have this all written down, we're going to identify some of the important information here. So first off, we know that she was given $70 for her birthday. So this is something that she has. The tablet she wants costs $340. And then in our question, how much more is going to be our clue to tell us that we're going to have to add. So these are the three pieces of information that are going to be important for us to write and solve our equation. So let's go ahead and talk about the steps of how we do this. So first, we want to define the variable. What are we looking to find? In this case, we are looking to find x, and x is going to equal the amount she needs to save. And that's what we're trying to solve for in this equation. So once you know what you're trying to solve for, you can now write a verbal model. And our verbal model will look like $70. We know that she has the $70. Plus, because we need to know how much more, plus the amount needed, the amount she still needs, should give us the answer of $340. That is our verbal model. We are verbally putting in our variable. What are we looking for? We're looking for the amount needed. So the third step, we take this verbal model and we actually change this into an equation. And our equation is simply 70 plus x equals 340. Once you have your equation written down, you can start to solve it. And the fourth step is to use mental math to solve, to figure out what number added to 70 is going to give us 340. Well, if I'm mentally doing this, I know that 270 plus 70 gives me 340. So that's math I can do in my head. Now, just because I've done it in my head doesn't mean I'm done. I have my solution for x, but the final step is the most important and one that you must always do, and that is use substitution to check your answer. So I am saying that x equals 270. So I need to plug this in. And I am going to say my original equation was 70 plus x equaled 340. I want to now plug in my information. And I'm going to say 70 plus 270 equals 340. Well, 70 plus 270, well 7 plus 7 is 14. I'd carry my 1, drop my 4. It's going to be my 40, and then I'm going to have 340 there. 340 equals 340, therefore my answer is true, which means it is correct. X equals 200 and 270. And that's the steps that you need to go through. Now, in today's lesson, I expect that you're showing all of these steps 1 through 5 in your classwork. You have 2 problems to do, 3 problems to do with your table, and then you'll be able to go on to check your understanding numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you have questions, please raise your hand, and someone will be around to assist you. Have a great afternoon.